Okay, everyone, welcome. Let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today looking into the MIRA token, that's the Mira network, and we're sticking strictly to the sources you've shared with us.
That's right.
So the mission here is to really get a handle on the tech claims and, the market reality based on this info.
Hmm.
The big claim, the headline really, is that this is supposed to be a trustless, verified intelligence network,
Mm.
basically trying to make AI reliable by
Hmm.
using collective intelligence to check its work.
Yeah, and that's the core concept you need to grasp. The
Ooh.
idea is it's presented as this fully autonomous system. It focuses on what the sources call the philosophic technology behind AI.
Philosophic technology.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that actually work mechanically?
Well, the claim is it tackles AI reliability through like decentralized consensus. You can think of that collective intelligence part as a huge automated peer review process for anything the AI does or outputs.
So like checking its homework.
Kind of, yeah. Making sure every action is verified by the network itself before it actually happens. Fully autonomous, supposedly.
Okay. I see the architecture idea, but where does the Mera token fit into all this? Is it just
No,
there?
no, it's
Yeah.
central. It's the utility token.
Yeah.
That's what connects those, slightly abstract philosophic ideas to something concrete.
Uh-huh.
The token is apparently used to reward the people, or nodes, doing the verifying. It's used for staking, too, for network security and for governance within this whole autonomous setup they're describing.
Right. So it provides the economic incentive. Verifiers get paid in Mera.
Exactly. It ties the verification directly to economics.
Okay. Let's pivot from the claims to the capital side. Looking at the market data provided, the price currently sits around 0.0860.
Yeah, which is down quite a bit from its all-time high. What was that, $1.85?
$1.05, yeah. But what's interesting is the investor sentiment in the sources. It seems overwhelmingly positive. We're talking 78% bullish compared to only 22% bearish.
That is high. And it sort of makes sense when you see where it's listed.
Right. This isn't some obscure token on a tiny exchange. The sources mention listings on Binance, KuCoin, BitGate, several pretty major platforms.
So visibility.
Definitely visibility. And apparently there's a lot of community buzz, too. The sources highlighted things like heavy chart discussion, lots of trade setups being shared around on places like Discord and X, high engagement.
Yeah, we see that engagement reflected in some of the metrics as well. The supply is fixed, right?
Yeah.
Total and act supply, both 1 billion MIRA.
Correct. Capped supply.
And Bscan shows, what, around 16,000 holders?
Mm.
Which isn't enormous, maybe, but what caught the eye in the source material was the transaction speed.
Ah, the velocity.
Yeah, exactly. They observed really frequent high-volume trades, like happening in less than 30 seconds. It's
Exactly.
fast.
It is fast. And that trading activity is important context when you then look at the tokenomics, the distribution.
Okay, let's get into that. What did the sources say there?
Well, the breakdown suggests a lot of the supply isn't actually circulating freely right now. Only about 19% is unlocked. The vast majority, 80%, is locked up. 80% locked. Wow.
Yeah. And looking deeper, the initial allocations included 13% for a private sale and a pretty chunky 25% designated for the ecosystem.
So that high locked percentage, that implies future supply hitting the market will be very controlled, right? Through vesting schedules and whatnot.
Precisely. It means future liquidity releases are likely planned out, which could definitely impact market dynamics down the line. Tight control, essentially.
And that tight control, or maybe just the general enthusiasm, brings us to something pretty critical from the source material. We have to report this neutrally, of course, but, well, the bias was noted.
Okay.
Despite the standard, absolutely necessary warning, and you really need to remember this to do your own research before investing.
Always DYOR.
Always. The source gave Mary a personal rating of 11 out of 10.
An 11 out of 10. Seriously.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Okay, well, that's obviously extreme. And it really underscores why that DYOR warning is non-negotiable and why you need your own skepticism firmly in place. So look, boiling it all down from these sources, what we've synthesized for you is a project that pairs these really ambitious, technically complex claims about verified autonomous AI with some very clear, measurable market signals. Significant trading activity, listings on major exchanges. It's got both sides.
Right. So thinking about what this means for you, the listener, given that lofty goal, verifying AI outputs with collective intelligence, and considering that huge chunk of locked tokens, that 80%, what does the actual practical decentralized verification look like on the ground right now? How tangible is that collective intelligence verification in the real world today? That seems like the next big question to explore.
A very good question indeed. Something to dig into further.
Definitely. Well, thanks again for sharing your sources with us for this deep dive.